Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are doing good. In today's session, we are going to discuss about user administration. So this is the application here, and you see all these are the components or modules in this application. So for an admin, user administration is a must thing. You must know all these basic tables about user, group, and roles. All these three tables are interconnected. Let me open this table one by one. So basically, an admin has to look out various things with respect to users. They may get requests to create users, to create group, and to create roles. And moreover that, user administration plays an important part in access control. Because system security, that is ACL, access control list or access controls, do not know users, but they do know the roles. And these roles are managed via this user administration application. What the user has to see, what they cannot see, all these things are taken care by ACLs, and the roles which the ACL is looking for is given to the user via this user administration application. So let's start this application. So basically we have three tables here which are most important. The first one is sys user table, then we have sys group table, and then we have sys user role table. Okay. The very first one is user table, which is sys user. So this is the field. Let me click on one of the user so that we discuss the important fields there. At the screen, you see these are the important or basic fields for users. It contains almost every information about user like first name, last name, title, department, notification, whether it is enabled or not. You can manage the notification for a particular user directly from here. If it is disabled, user will not get any notification. Okay, the time zone, the business mobile, the phone mobile, if you have any photo, all these things you can manage from here. Okay, so these are the basic fields, self-explanatory. We have two important fields here: web service access only. Suppose your user is a kind of web service user or used in integration, and if you check this one, in this case the user is purely a web service user. They are not allowed to log in via UI. So make sure if you have that requirement, then only you check this one, otherwise not. Okay, the second thing is internal integration user. So if the user is basically again used in any kind of integration, you can do so here. You can check this one. But here in this, there is no restriction to log in via UI, but in this one, web service access only. So this is the very important, check which you have to take care. At the bottom, you see various related links. Create a special handling note. So this is something new which ServiceNow has introduced. So how to handle this user if there are certain conditions which you want to share with anyone who is handling this user. Handling user means using this user as one of the caller, or using this user as one of the requester from some other form like from incident, problem, or change. So they will get all this information which you store here. Whatever you write, all this special note will be shared by that person, and he can take care of all those instructions which are mentioned in this particular special handling note. So it's very self-explanatory. Next is view linked account. So in case this particular user is linked to any of the third-party account, then you can see here. So you can click on this. So right now this user is not linked to any external account. If you want, you can click new. Okay, if the requirement says like this. Then we have view subscriptions. So you can click on it and get all the detail about subscription of this user. So basically we are talking about all the licenses this user holds. So you can see all the detail of licenses and subscriptions here. Okay, at the bottom you see various related lists like roles, groups, and delegates, skills, and location cover. So role, what role this user is having. At the bottom you see all these are the roles which are provided to this user. And this is the column which is inherited. Let me open this here in the new tab. Okay, now you see this is the user. These all are the role granted to this user. Then you see this column inherited. It means these roles are not directly assigned to the user, but they are inherited from any group or any role. Okay. So suppose I added this user to a particular group. So if that group is having a certain role, then that role will be shared by this user. So we can say that that role is being inherited to the user. Or suppose you have added a particular role to this user and that role is having certain child roles. Okay, so in that case, those child roles are also going to be inherited by this user. That's why you see this long list here. Okay, if I come to the user account and if I click on this edit, total 18 roles are here, but actual list is having only 4 roles which are assigned to this user. That means directly we have assigned 4 roles, but this user is inheriting certain roles from its roles and the user list. Okay, how it is inherited, you already know, I told you. This is the inheritance count. Okay, so it's a kind of parent and parent, child and child thing. Okay, so now you can click on it and you can add any other role. Okay, so now let me add activity admin here, action designer. These 2 roles I have added. Click on save. So we have added 2 rows, but at the bottom you see there are 29 now. Previously they have 18. So this is how the number of roles increases. This is how the inheritance increases here. Because these 2 roles which we have added must have some other roles associated with them. So because of that, the number of role list is increased. Okay. And you see, if I right click on the false inheritance. So these are the 2 roles, right? Let me open these roles and see. Click on activity admin. So you see this particular role contains these 3 roles. So that's why the number of list increased so much. Okay, so like this, the inheritance work here. So I hope this is clear to you. Let's move to the next tab, which is group tab. So right now this user is in no group. So all the roles which we were seeing are inherited from roles only. Okay. So now if you want, we can add this user to the group. Click on edit or you can click on new to create a new group. Suppose I want to add it to this particular group. Okay, these 3 groups. Select, add, save. If you come at the bottom, just refresh this. So you see all these 3 groups are coming. If I refresh the list here, now see number of roles are increased from 29 to 79. It means around 50 roles are now increased here. It is because of this group. Okay, these 3 groups must have certain roles or must have certain subgroups, and those groups are also having role. That's why the list is so huge here. So this is all about how you can add a user to the group. Okay, now let's see delegates. So what is a delegate here? Let me click on it. Suppose we have this user and this user is not available for certain times, but the work is important, right? In case of service techs or help techs, all these roles are very important because tickets are being assigned to the users on daily basis. So in that case, it is possible to delegate certain of your activities to certain other users, and that user is known as delegate. So here, if I click here on delegate, I will see certain user list and I can select who will be available for such delegation on my behalf. So let's say I added Mark as my delegate, okay, and I was not available for, let's say, 1 week. So starting from today, I'm not available for till 8th. So this is what I opted for. This delegate is available on behalf of me in this particular time period. And what all things he is going to delegate? So all my approvals, all my assignments, all my notification and meeting invitation will be sent to this people, this person, Mark. Okay. If you want, you can check any of thing which you do not want, and you can select any of the delegation option which you are looking for. So in this case, the work will not stop and it will go like this until the end date applies. Once the end date comes, this delegation will expire. Okay, so this is the way you can add delegates, and this is the importance of delegates here. Then we have the skill table here. So again, skill is something which is related to a particular user. Suppose you are expert of something or you are working in certain areas. Okay, so the skills are mainly important to route the ticket directly to you. So let me click on it. Let's see what all skills are available. So you see all these are the skills which are available. Okay, CRM, computer professional, Danish, desktop, electrician. Okay, so suppose one ticket is there with respect to an electrician, with respect to some electrical issue. So if I added electrician here in this particular skill to this user, so we have the option to automatically route the ticket with respect to the skill. So this is the most important use case of a particular skill. Okay, so in this way you can add the skills what all are relevant to you. So mostly we are using the skills in help decks, in service decks, in HRSD. Okay, so all these are the applications which are extensively using this particular skill, and routing is being done automatically based on the skills. Then we have the location covered. So all these are the locations, okay, which a user can be. Okay, so all the location you can add here. So basically self-explanatory. So this is all about user tables. Okay. Now let me come to the groups. So let me open one of the group. You see the basic detail about the group here. This is the name of the group. This is the manager of that group. Hourly rate in case you have. And this is the description for the group. The group email and the parent. Parent means again this particular list is reference to the group table only so that you can select the parent here. At the bottom, you see role, the role which this particular group is having. So it is a best practice to assign the roles to a group for management perspective, right? Suppose there are 100 users in a particular group, so you cannot. So it take time to assign that role to all these 50 or 100 people. But if you have those people in a particular group, in that case, you can assign or de-assign a particular role directly to the group, and the role will be inherited by the users who are the member of such group. So you see the group members here, you can modify the list by clicking edit. Okay. Then again, we have this group here. Again, if this particular group is parent of any of the group, then all such child group will come here. Okay. Then we have the skills. So basically all the related lists which were there for the user are now coming here as well. And the meaning is the same. Okay. We are adding people who are having same skills or same kind of skills. So this is also one of the criteria to create a group. Okay, so what is a group basically? A group is a collection of people, collection of users who are like-minded or who are performing a same kind of duty, something like that. Okay, who are in the same location, who are in the same team. Okay, so these all are the criteria to create the group, and these all things you can assign to a particular group like role, skill, and based on that, the processing will take place. So all others are self-explanatory, not related to that much. Now let's come to this final table, which is role. So these all are the roles which are available out of box. You see there are total 1196 roles which are available. If you want, you can create your own role. Okay. One thing which we have to discuss here, this elevate privilege. So what is elevated privilege? I told you in the very first session that for access control, you have this elevated privilege available. So if a particular role is elevate privilege true, in that case, that role is required to modify the list of security settings, to update the security settings or security ACLs, security rules. Okay. So let me find out if there is any role which is elevated privilege. Right click, filter out. So you see right now there are three roles which are available. So previously we were having only security admin role, but right now I see data privacy admin and workspace admin as well having this elevated privilege. So as ServiceNow is progressing in various domains like workspace is something new which is arrived here. Okay, so because of that, we are increasing the number of admins here, number of security admins basically, and these people are again eligible to do the security settings. Okay, so like this, if you think there is certain role in your organization or a custom role which needs elevate privilege, you can do so. But you have to take care because it's a very sensitive area. If you accidentally revoke access to any particular user, it has a very bad impact. Okay, so you have to make sure. So these all are the things which we have created here. So this is all about user roles and groups. So if you see, we have created one user. Let me open this user. This is my user which I have created. And right now this user is a part of two groups at the bottom, demo agent and condition scripts writer. If I click on demo agent, you see right now this user is having only one group member. Let me add few more from the list. You can add the users. And this particular group is having only one role, okay, ITIL. But if you see this user, there are around 50 roles which are coming. So this is because this role is being inherited from these groups. Come to the group again and open this role ITIL. Let's see how many roles they have. See, this particular ITIL is having 27 roles associated with it. And again, it may be possible that each of this role or some of these roles are again having certain child roles. So like this, the list continue and you see total 50 roles here. Okay. So this is all about the user and roles, how you manage user and roles. So now let's discuss few other things which are available. If you see here, we have time limited user roles. So what are these? Let me open. So basically, if you click here new, you can assign certain roles to a particular user for a certain time of period. Suppose you are doing an upgrade, okay, and you want people to have certain people to have impersonator roles so that they can easily, test certain configurations on behalf of other users. Basically, we want to give this role to process owners or some people like that. Okay, so for that we can do. So not all roles can be shareable. Only 4 roles are available here, which you can share with other people like admin, impersonator, read only, where user will see everything read only. No access is there, only read only. Okay, so sometimes this is also necessary or requirement. And script writer permission, so writing a script. So all these 4 roles are available, and whatever you want, you can being an admin assign to the user. So let's say I click to the impersonator, I select the user Alex Ray, and I can provide start date and end date. These dates are very important. Suppose you added this particular option to a particular user and you forget that, then in that case this user will have the role up to infinite times, right? Until unless something clicked to your mind and you checked again. But to make sure that the users will have this role only in certain period, so you can provide the end date, and it is mandatory. ServiceNow is making sure, okay, once the requirement is complete, the roles will be revoked automatically. So this is all about this time limited roles. I hope you get it. You can test it as well. Let me close it. Then user role should done. Logged in user, you know what all users are logged in right now. So right now only I am logged in because this is my instance. Okay. Active transactions, what all transactions we are doing as a user. Okay. As simple as that. Then we have department, location, and companies. So you see here for every user, we have department, we have location, we have company. So from where this list is coming? This list is coming from those tables only. You have to make sure you have this list up to date so that you can select values for the user. So all these things are here. Even countries are available, location map is available. Okay. So these are self-explanatory things. Then you have one important concept as role delegation. So you know till now that we have user delegation, but role delegation is very important here. This is something new which ServiceNow has introduced. So what is a role delegator? So a role delegator may delegate any role that they have to any member of the specified group. So basically, we have a group of 50 people. In that 50 people, I pick up a particular person as role delegator. Okay. And this role delegator has the capacity, has the option to enable a particular role for any of the user within the group. And what all roles he is limited, or what all roles he can give, only roles that he is having. Okay. So suppose he is having 10 roles, and in that particular group, there are around 50 people. So now this role delegator for certain time period provide any of his role to that particular user in the 50 group. Any of the user from that group he is a member of. So what we are doing here, we are basically empowering a group member, empowering the group leader, and making him responsible to do certain limited assignment of the roles based on the roles he is having. So like this, you see, you have to select the group. So this is our group. So now once I click on save, Alex Ray will be the role delegator for this particular group. Okay. And easily provide or revoke the roles to the members of this group based on the roles he is having. Okay. So this is a simple but powerful concept. Then at the bottom, very self-explanatory, user preferences. Okay, all the settings which you have saved, like as a user, you see here all the list preference, form preference, everything here. Then list of delegate. You know what is a delegate now. Okay. Then user roles. So user roles is a particular table where you see how many users are tied to a particular role, like how many people are admin here. So it's a way to represent information in a more informational way. Okay. So you can easily see how many people are admin here. So these all are the people who are having admin roles. Then in the same way we have group roles. So you can see how many groups are having ITIL roles. So this way you can manage directly from this particular group if you want to manage roles and groups. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, this is all about user administration. So I hope you get it. If you have any question related to any of this explanation, let me know in the comment section. I will come up with one more interesting video and cover this syllabus as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Bye bye.